Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be participating in the 47th ASEAN Summit virtually. This clearly rules out any meeting with the American President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit. The India-US trade deal, according to some, has been negotiated at the level of officials but is awaiting an official nod by the principals, the US President and the Indian Prime Minister. So has Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as some analysts argue, dodged the bullet by staying away from a one-on-one with the US President till the trade deal is finalized? Or should he have gone ahead with the ASEAN-India Summit given the importance given to India's Act East policy? Was this an opportunity lost?
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will not travel to Kuala Lumpur for the ASEAN Summit later this week. Modi announced the decision on social media, ending all speculation about a possible meeting with US President Donald Trump. Instead, the Prime Minister will attend the summit virtually. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar will represent India at the 20th East Asia Summit in Kuala Lumpur on October 27th. Just last month, Trump wrote on Truth Social that he was looking forward to meeting Modi in the coming weeks, fueling hopes of possible Modi-Trump meeting on the sidelines of the ASEAN Summit. Prime Minister Modi has been a regular face at the ASEAN Summit, attending it in person every year from 2014 to 2019, and virtually during the pandemic. He skipped the meet only once before in 2022. So this decision has surprised many and given the opposition more ammunition to attack. The Congress claimed the Prime Minister is avoiding Donald Trump. Jairam Ramesh even took a Bollywood-style swipe in a social media post, saying Prime Minister just doesn't want to be cornered by Trump, quoting the filmy line, "Bach ke rehna re Baba." Relations between India and the US have been under strain ever since Trump took charge as president for a second time. Trump has imposed tariffs of up to 50% on Indian goods, accusing New Delhi of funding Moscow's war on Ukraine through oil imports from Russia. Talks on a trade deal remain stuck over US demands for greater access to Indian farm and daily markets. Yet the two leaders have spoken twice in 2 months, the latest a Diwali call earlier this week. Trump once again claimed that India will stop buying oil from Russia.
Spoke to the Prime Minister Modi today, as I mentioned before, and we just have a very good relationship. And he's not going to buy much oil from Russia. He wants to see that war end as much as I do. He wants to see the war end with Russia, Ukraine. And as you know, they're not going to be buying too much oil. So they've cut it way back, and they're continuing to cut it way back.
With Prime Minister Modi joining virtually, there will be no handshake, no headline moment, just diplomacy at a distance. Bureau Report, India Today.
Some global analysts are lauding India's quiet but firm diplomacy. International analyst Ian Bremmer, for example, now speaking on the issue of President Trump's tariffs, he said countries like India and China are standing up to the United States, fighting for their rights, unlike others who've surrendered to Washington, D.C. or coughed up big money to seal trade deals. Listen in.
Many U.S. allies have moved to proactively limit damage from any future fight with the White House. The UK, the European Union, Southeast Asian countries have offered non-reciprocal trade deals. Other countries have thrown lots of money at the U.S., particularly Saudi Arabia, the UAE, some countries with like-minded governments like Argentina and El Salvador. Now, from governments that have more bargaining leverage, like China and India, we've seen that standing up for yourself and a willingness to absorb punches can create needed space. By the way, Putin has benefited from that approach with Trump,